Right guys, welcome back. Thank you very much for tuning in last week with Ben Parker on the podcast for the first episode. We are now going into our second episode. Like I touched on last week, I am going to be putting a bit of a variation into the podcast. Some will be longer than others, some will be shorter than others. People will have had finished their career, people might just be starting out on their journey. Which leads me to today's guest, which is Toby Sims. He's currently playing out in America. He's gone through his career and now he's in the USL Division 1.
Yeah,
correct? Championship, brilliant. So Toby's in today, he's over for America for Christmas, so it's a great opportunity to catch up with him and let's just talk about his career up to date and how he's found it so far. So, welcome mate.
Thank you, nice to be here.
Yeah. So now we're getting into things with a podcast and things like that. I thought it'd be great to kind of have you on today to kind of discuss a younger perspective on it. Last week we had Ben on that had quite a good career and he's a bit older now, he's retired and moved on to other things. With yourself, you're still young, you're still wanting to achieve a lot in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
But where did your journey in football start? Where was your first football club? Where was your first contract? Where was it?
So, starting early age, playing Sunday League as a young kid, as everybody does, but getting to my first proper club, I signed for Sheffield United's academy when I was 12 years old. Stayed there for maybe one or 2 years. Didn't go the best. Got released at 14, which is tough. Obviously, at an early age, you're very hard on yourself. You think it's all over, but then managed to sign with Doncaster Rovers. Just shortly following that, which I was lucky enough to do. Was there till I was 16, just before they gave out the scholarships and the YTs, etc. And I went in for my assessment, told I wasn't good enough, which they cut me, and then I was obviously left not knowing kind of what to do, where to go.
So on that then, so 14-year-old, 16-year-old, space of 2 years, 2 bits of rejection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
tough.
Yeah, tough to do it, especially when you're a young lad at that age. You kind of don't really know where to go. You just want everything to go smoothly, and you think, oh, I'm gonna keep going up, sign a professional contract, but it's not like that. So from an early age, two pieces of rejection.
So you came out of Doncaster Rovers, didn't get anywhere,
mm-hmm.
didn't stay in the professional game.
Right.
Went into college football with me and Dunks.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Bowlby.
So came to Bowlby Car with us, had 2 years with us.
Yeah.
Really good, enjoyed it.
Yeah, best 2 years. Best decision I made was coming to Bowlby. I mean, I was picking between giving up at that point and going to sixth form and going down the education route.
Yeah.
And then Bowlby came across. You could do best of both worlds, stay in football, keep your education, and
got the love back of the game.
Got the love back and reignited my love for it from yourself and Dunks and other staff at Bowlby. So yeah.
And I remember when you was in at Bowlby, you was quite set on going to America at that stage.
Right.
You was one of the kids that was in there that was like, in your second year, I want to go to America.
Right.
Managed to do it.
Yeah. So it's one of the staff members at Bowlby, Jay Bounds, had a good relationship with someone in America, so it kind of put me on that track of going. I know Dunk had been to America, which we spoke about as well. So I was managed to get in contact with my coach from America called Chris Wally, who's actually from Retford, as I was telling you earlier. So got into contact with him. Actually turned it down at the first moment, which I do regret. Turned it down in August of 2016 because I was scared to leave home as you are as a young lad. As much as you want to go, it's hard to leave home. So I turned it down and regretted it instantly. Got back in contact and then managed to get out there in January 2017. So,
right, brilliant. Yeah. And you had 4 good years out there?
Yeah, in the end with the COVID thing, it ended up being 5. So
5 good years, finished with a master in your education?
Yeah, so I did 4. Got my undergraduate in sports management, as well as the football side of things, or as soccer as you're supposed to call out there. But got personal accolades throughout them 4 years, all American, first team all conference, all region, etc.
So a very successful time.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty successful. On the back of the coaching I had out there and the team I played for, was the organisation at the school and the college was outstanding, as people hear nowadays. But came back, COVID Christmas. Didn't really know what my route was. I thought I could come back and maybe sign in England with the lockdown, so it didn't really work out. So I was lucky enough to be able to get back out with an offer of a master's at the same place. Went back and played my 5th year, which every athlete in America got that because of COVID. They offered them more. So, and then played my year, got USL2 National Defender of the Year through playing for the summer team.
So out of the entire America,
yeah,
you got voted the best defender.
Yeah, through the USL2 summer league, and then played the 4, got to nationals, got All American again, and then that was the end of my college in December of 2021. So.
And then now, so graduated college, you've got a fantastic education behind you.
Mm-hmm.
So you've gone a different route. You've not become a professional footballer. You've not got a youth team scholarship at a League 2, League 1 championship club in England.
Right.
You've gone to America. You've got fantastic education. You've got a bag full of accolades.
Mm-hmm.
And now, off the back of that, because of how well you've done, you've managed to sign for Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh Riverhounds,
Yeah, in the WSL Division 1 championship.
WSL Championship.
Yeah, USL Championship. So, brilliant.
Yeah.
How have you found that?
Yeah, it was insane. It was a quick turnaround, really. Finished college in December, stayed out there for Christmas. I felt like I needed to get the contacts and keep it rolling. Managed to get myself to an invitational trial with Pittsburgh Rounds in January. They invited me in for pre-season, and after a couple of weeks, it was they offered me a professional contract. So
yeah, proud.
Very proud.
Yeah.
Unbelievable moment. Yeah.
So, on to that then. So, if you was to say your best moment in football,
yeah, I would say my best moment in football. Obviously it had been tough going in for pre-season and going through the trial process, and people telling me, expect to not make it because not a lot of people do, and which is true. It's a true statement. So obviously my dad keeps me grounded as any dad would, and my coaches and stuff. But I also had people that believed in me as well. My dad believed in me, but he wanted to humble me a bit. But the day I got offered the contract, I'd say it's probably my best moment in football. It felt like it all came together. So
brilliant. And then flip that on its head then, because obviously we always talk about, especially on this podcast, the highs and lows of football.
Right.
The dryer that it puts you in, the tumbling machine that can eat you out, spit you out.
Right.
What was your worst moment in football?
So far, as we spoken earlier, I think having 2 stages of rejection at the age of 14 and 16 in the space of 2 years was tough. At that age, like I say, you want everything just to flow smoothly, and you feel like it will. You look at the players in the Prem, and you aspire to be them, and you get rejected once at 14, once at 16. It takes a hit on your mental health and your outlook on the game of football. Your confidence goes, and it did kill my confidence a lot. And like I say, coming to Bowlby reignited that. But before that, no confidence. Thought about giving up multiple times, and it was tough.
So just for context for everyone that's watching on this, obviously know Toby really well. 25-year-old, still young, still got loads to offer to the sport. Had rejection early doors. Rather than chasing the non-league circuit over in England, you decided to go a different path to America.
Right.
So it's another option out there. And would you pro that option? Do you think it's the best thing to do?
Yeah, look, I think now a lot of people are realising that going to America is a good option. I think a few years ago it was kind of slated a little bit. People think it's a dropout way to go kind of thing. And if you're not getting offered something that you a YT in England, then maybe it is. But I would say it's the best thing I've ever done. I was saying to you guys, everyone I speak to, I think the best thing I've ever done. You go out there and obviously you go out with an open mind, and you have to, because some things are different. But the facilities, the training, the education as well, the standard out there is succeeded my expectations. So yeah, I would 100% pro that.
Fantastic. So 25-year-old, like we just touched on, still got loads to offer. What's the future look like for you?
I think after signing the first professional contract this year, it's about kicking on and trying to get as high up as I can, and especially staying in the professional game. It's not easy to stay in it.
England or America?
Wherever that may be, it's wherever.
Not fussed preference. Sunny beach.
It would just. The lifestyle in America is obviously better, and I've got myself set out there kind of thing. But at the end of the day, you've got to go where the football takes you, and that's the kind of outlook I've got right now. But yeah, it's just about staying in the game as long as I can, getting as high as I can, and seeing where it goes.
See where it goes.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Enjoyed that. Cheers, buddy.